What is up, YouTube's Mountain Man Magic? I just want to run through my, we'll say, top 5 suggestions for how to best improve Magic the Gathering Arena. And I gotta say, as much as I don't like hyperbole and the sky is falling approach, seem to definitely get some results with the Battle Pass changes. And I suppose that's the nature of the beast. It just feels so over the top, even though that level of complaining gets a quicker response. Anyway, the point is, Wizards is clearly listening to the community and wanting to make the game better on all fronts. I know there's definitely gonna be some that I don't mention here, so if there's any that you would like to see in the game, definitely let me know down below in the comments. Leave the video a like if you'd be so kind. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, my number one thing to add into Arena is a voice chat, friends list, social access. The reason I love Magic, the reason that Magic is the game that keeps me coming back, is the social aspect above all else. Arena's fun. It's nice to get games in. It's nice to have somewhere that I can go and just play real quick. But what entrenches me in the game, what keeps me excited to play, is that social interaction with my friends. I think the first great game that I thought had really solid chat functionality was Diablo 2. I like being able to join into games with people in the chat. I like being able to know who's looking for what. Hey, you want to do a farm run? You want to do a cow run? Give us some color-coded chat rooms. Call them something like Standard Spikes or Jankster's Paradise, or I don't know what to do with my hands. If we had a chat room, people could go in there and talk about stuff. They could talk about the decks they're building or what they're trying to do or ask for help. I mean, it would just be awesome to have a chat room where you can chat with people that have sat down to play the same game you're playing. And before anyone just says, well, some people are just salt bags and they're gonna ruin everything for everyone, currently, there's no social experience to ruin. So no worries there. Salty people are always going to be around. There's always going to be that challenging demographic, and that's fine to keep in mind when we're trying to figure out how can we protect people or give people the option to avoid that type of thing. But to think that's like such a terrible risk that it's going to ruin the experience and people just aren't going to play, I think that's just in no way, shape, or form correct. Because then I would also say, don't just have by default everyone in the voice chat or everyone in the text chat. People have to opt into it. People can then block and mute people. Give us the controls that we've had forever on the internet. As someone who doesn't play every game out there, what game do you think has a great social experience out there? Because if there's one out there that is great, let's just have Wizards maybe copy that over into Arena. Why not? Number 2, I have in a similar vein as chat rooms, but I want more game formats or game modes. We need a more casual play queue. Because even if I'm playing ranked, if I'm playing just play, whatever, the revolving door of mono red and Esper it's just boring. I don't have strong feelings on how this could be enacted, but part of me is thinking maybe you limit the rewards that are given. But if I just want to sit down and play some 5-color fun stuff and not just get beat down for hours on end, it'd be great to have a queue that I could go to and know most likely people aren't here just to spike it with whatever tier 1 deck. And my follow-up point to that is I don't always need to be motivated to keep playing Magic on Arena. I just like playing Magic. So if you give me a queue that maybe doesn't have the rewards or the same level of rewards, I'll take that hit to just get to play the decks I want to play against decks that are of similar power level. Or another way we could approach this is bringing a format like Brawl. I'd be ecstatic if we got Brawl, because I guess I waited a bit too long to put this video out because Wizards just announced they are bringing Brawl to Arena, which is very exciting. This is awesome. Yes, big ups to you, Wizards, all you developers that have been working on this. I'm sure it has not been easy. I'm very excited. So even though, it's not really a suggestion anymore, I guess it'll be more of a thanks. Like, this is just, yeah, thanks. Thanks for bringing Brawl to Arena. I'm very excited about it. But with that, we'll get back to the other suggestions that hopefully show up sooner than later in Arena. Let's get back into it. So number 2 suggestion overall is give me a fun zone queue or queues to play different formats. Suggestion number 3, I want there to be some way to know my metrics. If it's presented in a way that players can easily digest, it can keep them motivated, it can give them specific things to work on as a player. I want to see what my win percentage is. I want to know what my most commonly played cards are. I want to know how my records are when I draft or I played sealed constructed. I want to be able to compare my rankings season by season and see where I've improved and what I've not done so well. Great minds think alike. Someone on Reddit even had this thing where we could take metrics and see them for specific cards, which would just be awesome. They also put some work in to actually show what a mock-up of it could look like. Not this guy. I mean, Wizards, y'all use data in so much of your decisions. It'd be great if we could have some of that insight to make some of our own decisions. I also want to know, like, call me crazy, how often I'm on the draw versus the play, because I've been on the draw 11 games in a row. So it'd be nice to know if I'm crazy or not and thinking Arena maybe doesn't like me. But to wrap this up, I don't think there's ever been a game that I have not been interested in my metrics. I've always enjoyed seeing what my win percentage is, what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing well. And then you could scale it up. You could scale it down to my metrics. You could scale it up to, let's see, what is everyone generally drafting in the ranked queues? Blue-red is the most commonly drafted archetype for War of the Spark. Or we can go into a chat room and discuss it with people and work on it. Whoa, it's like they're coming full circle. Okay. All right, number 3, basically, please give us metrics. Give me a report card that I can hang up on my fridge and make all my friends super proud of me. Number 4 has to do with cosmetics and the battle pass. I want more cosmetics because at the end of the day, the game has to make money. No company is going to support a game that just loses the money, or at the very least, they're not as likely to prioritize it at the levels to which I would like, or dare I say, expect. I'm of the mindset that if the cosmetics pull enough money in, they will improve the quality of life in the game for everyone at all levels. Like, it will improve rewards for players who pay money, who are free to play, somewhere in between. The functionality and options within the game will continue to expand as well. It's all good. It's all good. And there's no massive competitive advantage for cosmetic stuff. So I'm gonna wrap up my 4th point with what cosmetics I would like to see in Arena. First, let me buy a playmat. Let me buy something where I can customize the arena, whether it be on my side or both of our sides, but only I see it. Let me buy a tribal themed one, like zombies. That's where the graveyard could come in, and the graveyard could actually be like a little coffin that opens up and the cards go in and then it closes, and then if I need something out, like Gravedigger shows up and digs it out. Like that would be awesome. Another would be, let me buy custom animations for the cards or legendary creatures that I'm a big fan of, or planeswalkers, of course. Or something like if Liliana sees Gideon on the battlefield, or Ugin says to Bolus, make yourself at home, bro. Glad you're here. Anyway, to piggyback on that and to kind of loop back to my Brawl suggestion, if I knew there was a custom animation for my favorite card and then I could play it in a format where I'm always going to get to play my favorite card and trigger or activate that awesome animation, I'm just saying there might be some incentive there where, oh, I can play Brawl, play my favorite stuff, maybe I'll buy this sweet animation I will now see in every game. Let's do it! Maybe when I play my commander, boom, arena changes. Now I've got this sweet area that I'm playing in. And some people love that self-expression. They love that story they get to build and tell with their deck. And now if you've made the experience far more immersive than paper can, this is one place Arena has that advantage where it can make the graphical view, the world that you're seeing right in front of you, be far more, we'll say, in line with whatever you're imagining. Take advantage of that. Use Arena as that vehicle to bring that story, that world they're building to life. All right, let's wrap this up. Cosmetics are great. Let's make stuff look like a graveyard or pretty graveyard. And last but not least, number 5, please, if you were to ignore all of my other suggestions, just let me say thanks. When I come across a player that seems to enjoy the game, they start off with a hello, they say nice when we're making good plays on both sides. Like, I want to be able to challenge that person again. I want to be able to play them again and chat with them more than the 4 or 5 canned responses. Re-challenging. There's like a 5.5 suggestion for you. And it'd be nice if I could just respond with something other than hello or nice. Maybe remove the your go. I don't think it's possible to have a more passive-aggressive option than your go. Maybe at the starting screen where like they don't realize the flashy, shiny buttons are for them to click. But as soon as you're into a game and someone says your go, it's because they just want you to hurry up or they're just tilted. Probably because they're tilted. And I should end it there. That's suggestion number 5, but I got another one. I got one more for you. Let us trade in, trade up, trade down our wild cards. If you play a lot of limited, you're going to run into a situation where you have far more commons and uncommon wild cards than you know what to do with. It'd be great if I could just start to trickle those into rares or mythic rare wild cards, or just cut to the chase and let us buy wild cards with gems. I'm sure there's plenty of data out there to tell you why that's a good or not so good idea. But anyway, here are the trade-in rates that I would suggest just as a rough starting point. It should not be a profitable thing. This should be a heavy investment, but it just gives you something to do so they don't feel like they're sitting there basically useless after a certain point. But there you have it, folks. Those are my top 5 ways to improve MTG Arena. You may criticize my ability to count, that I bait and switched you, and for that, I'm sorry for the extra contents. My deepest, sincerest apologies. But does anyone really get mad if you go to McDonald's and the bottom of your bag has a few more fries, those really perfectly crisp, but just got the right amount of salt on them? Are you gonna complain? You're gonna go back in there and say, how dare you give me more delicious food? No. Okay, if you have any other suggestions for how to improve Arena, if you have stuff that's on your list or you would reprioritize stuff, let me know. Let's chat about it in the comments. Have fun playing on Arena. We're still in beta after all, so improvements are imminent. That's certainly a takeaway from this. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace. Peace.